What's up, YouTube? One of the things that Jesus said to do is to not be a hypocrite. And that's one of the things that I've found is challenging when you are teaching or maybe having a YouTube channel where you share something about the Bible, is being a hypocrite. That, you can sort of tell others like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. And then you find yourself struggling yourself with certain things. And I think this is the reason why, Jesus is so much greater than us, is because, Jesus really lived out his teaching. And I think we can know that's true just by, trying to live the Christian life, and we realize, wow, it's actually harder than you think, even though I think the concepts of Christianity are easy to understand, for me that is, and I think for anyone who would, really look at what some of the teaching of Jesus is saying, I think it is pretty easy to understand, but I think carrying it out can present different challenges. And so when Jesus said, don't be a hypocrite, I think this is also similar to what Paul said when he said that when he preaches to others, he does not want to be disqualified, because, he's basically telling, the whole church, throughout the ages, or throughout, maybe not the ages, but throughout the years through the Bible, he's telling all of us what to do. And yet, he's finding himself, feeling temptation or feeling the challenges of doing what the God wants us to do, doing the Bible. I think, there is, forgiveness and grace, and things like that in the Christian life from God. And yet, and still, I think we still have the challenge of being a hypocrite, and I think some days, you can feel stronger in a particular area where you're like, hey, I'm going to tell you, don't get angry. But, if you have the right conditions, maybe for you, it might be, someone doing something where, now you're getting upset. Now you're like, oh, I'm going to tell them off. Some people may have a tendency to, sort of tell someone off. Other people may not necessarily do that same type of thing. And so I think this is one thing that gets all of us, because, when you think about the concept of being a hypocrite, I think it really applies to, especially for us Christians who are talking about Christianity, but also, just for anyone who is living the Christian life too, that I think at some point we are all in that hypocrisy type of way, just because I think it does take a while to gain strength in different areas of the Christian life. I know that some stories in the Bible, in the Gospels, seem strange to us because we're like, hey, why did that person do that way? Or why would they think that? But then, when I sort of experience certain things in my own life, I can really be presented with some of the same type of challenges, and I can sort of react in some of the same ways that we find people in the Bible reacting. And so it's like, wow, being a hypocrite, is sort of a challenge for I think a lot of people, some days, you may surprise people in your life, like, oh, I didn't know you were like that. I know a pastor sort of tells this story about how he was working at a grocery store, and he was a Christian, but I think he said that he never really told anyone that he was a Christian, but they could sort of see that he was. And so one day, he got mad at what a customer did. I think the customer was really a mean type of person, and they also didn't give him a tip. And so he just got upset at that customer. And so his coworkers saw him get upset, and they're like, oh, whoa, I didn't know you were, like that. And so even as Christians, we can sometimes surprise people in our life just because, we're supposed to be, I don't know. I think everyone thinks that Christians are just supposed to be perfect people all the time. And I do believe that, God can give us supernatural power to overcome things. But, I found that there's still challenges that are catered to our own personal heart and mind and life that I think, can make it hard to not be a hypocrite, or not do something wrong, where you're not doing something completely, by the book. And so I think we can also just surprise ourselves in that, we're like, wow, I didn't know, where did that come from? I thought I dealt with that, years ago or months ago. And so anyway, thanks so much for checking out this podcast. Just wanted to kind of bring that to the attention of whoever, sort of keeps up with my channel. But thanks so much, and I will talk to you on the next one. See ya.